What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Madam Z, sending peace and positive vibes y'all's way once again. So grateful and blessed to be here to just share another tale of inspiration with you guys. And hopefully, you'll find something as much, hopefully, you will take as much away from this video as I feel as I am receiving by sharing with you all. I am definitely thankful and grateful for the fact that I have overcome so much. And the universe continues to work with me, and synchronicities just keep adding up one after the other. And talking about synchronicity and things that resonate with you and vibrate towards you as you raise your level. I was at the library and I had the inkling to just get some books. And some of the books that I was looking for were for a project that we were working on for the community, but we're no longer on that project. And it's funny because I didn't go to the library looking for the book that I found, but I'm so grateful that I found it because Anatomy of the Spirit by Carolyn Miss has truly been a revelation for me. This book is incredible. It seems like this woman was either inside my head or has been following along with me alongside my life for the past 20 plus years. And it's incredible that the things that she talk about, I feel like I've already overcome and uncovered along my journey. So I really just have drawn so much more inspiration from reading this book, Anatomy of the Spirit. And it talks about the 7 stages of power to healing and how our chakras and the energy that we keep is responsible for our well being. And this is something that we don't talk about in our communities, in our families. It's something that the doctors don't talk about, the physicians, the nurses. In the 25 plus years of my life, living in a state of constant dis-ease that was labeled Crohn's, never once did anyone approach me about my energy centers, my chakra, painful wounds that have yet to be healed, mental scarring that leaves not only a scar on your soul, it seems to scar you internally so deeply that dis-ease just gravitates to that section and it festers. And it's rather unfortunate that we don't talk about our energy because energy is all around us at all times. You know, even thoughts, which are energy, are streaming all around us in the air and we can't see them, but we pull them down towards us all the time. And a lot of time, these thoughts are negative thoughts that are floating in the air or atmosphere around us, around the people we know or environments we live in or the behaviors that we pick up. And it's important that we recognize which thoughts are ours and which thoughts don't belong. And it took me a long time to recognize who was speaking to me. Like the thoughts that would come into my head telling me that I needed a particular drug to ease the pain. That wasn't God speaking to me. That wasn't my spirit saying, yes, pop that pill and help me. No, fuck that. That was complete low energy from bad habits that I had obtained over the course of almost 20 years of allowing doctors to practice their medicine with me, because let's face it, that's what doctors are doing. It's called a medical practice for a reason, because they are practicing using the books and the knowledge that they learn, come into contact with other physicians and other people. But you know, you can't diagnose everybody with the same dis-ease. Even if their symptoms are related, it's going to be different for each individual. And I know this is coming from someone who lived with Crohn's dis-ease for over 20 plus years. And it wasn't until I got into my 40s that I recognized that it was up to me to take responsibility for my health and my healing, and that my physical wasn't what I needed to be working on. My mental and my spiritual well being needed to come first. I needed to find a way to align myself mentally with the attributes and aspects of life that I was looking to create and that I desired. And it wasn't until I took that leap of faith and just said, God, I give it to you. I can't do this alone. I had to surrender myself up to the divine authority and allow that presence to fill me before I could even take one step. But ever since I've taken that step, it's been such a gratifying experience. The love, the um, the patience, the spiritual fortitude that I've been able to amass these past couple years by allowing myself to really accept the fact that the past was not working for me. The past wasn't working for me. It was keeping me in a state of depression, and I was unable to move forward towards the goals of who I saw myself as being. And the person I saw myself as being is the person I am today. Someone who has managed to survive the opioid epidemic here off in the South. Someone who's managed to survive countless, well, 23 surgeries as a matter of fact. And honestly, I lost count of how many medical procedures I had in between those. So I've gone through so much physically, mentally, and spiritually that it has allowed me to form this tough shell to better be able to handle how I deal with things in the world and how I and perspective. It's helped me gain new clarity and insights of the way information filters into me. I'm able to actually assess that information and see what fits, what resonate with me and what does not, and keep on moving from there. And when I find myself in a situation where I feel like, oh, I don't need to be here, being around in an environment that's not healthy for me, or people that's not healthy for me, because they're going to trigger something in me that I don't want. I recognize that this is an ongoing journey, and that there are wounds that I am healing far beyond those of the 20 plus years of being sick and in the hospital. There are wounds from childhood that I've had to heal from and move past. And honestly, I'm not even 100% sure that I've completely um, eradicated all of my triggers, because of the fact that each day something else new pops up and alerts me to the fact that, hey, there's still room to grow here. So every day is a brand new day of discovery and new beginnings for me. I take nothing for granted. I appreciate everything that I am and everything that I have because of the journey that brought me here. Without that journey, I wouldn't be here to share this tale with you right now. Last week, there was an article published off in the paper, and it featured me along with some other local artists right here off in the 901. And unfortunately, that article was not received well by members of the collective that we were a part of. And so I never showed anyone that article. I never posted about it. I didn't even, my dad knew because he brought the paper. But usually I share information like that with my family. This time, when I shared it with the group from the collective, it made me feel, their reactions to it made me feel like I had done something wrong. So I felt shame. I felt like I had done something wrong. And in reality, I had not. because I was not the one who published the story in the paper. I was just there and I happened to give them my story. And my story is my journey. The journey that I've been sharing through these videos, talking about how I've overcome opioids, depression, obesity, SIDS, losing my daughter, and just all of these things that I've gone through. And I recognize that, hey, somebody out there might be going through the same thing or have gone through it. And they might still be in that deep, dark well of depression and don't have anywhere to go. What do they do? How can they move forward? That's what I was looking for, a way to move forward. And it wasn't until I started to truly get heavy into my art that I found that way forward. It's like the moment I picked up that paintbrush, I opened a door, that door to the cage that held me locked in. And my creativity allowed everything inside of me to be released in a rush of emotion. And that in itself helped me to detox and cleanse myself from negative patterns, habits, behavior, circumstances, surroundings, and everything in between. It wasn't until I locked on to the faith that I had in myself and my ability to create that I found the way to truly heal and save myself from a life of depression, stagnation, and mental retardation. Because it is insane to continue to do the same thing over and over and over again when it's not working. And popping pills was not working for me. Going to the doctor every month, every 2 weeks was not working for me. Joining AA groups and going in there and talking about old wounds over and over and over again didn't work for me because it was the same thing over and over again. I'm at a point in my life to where I've let go of all the bad shit. I've let go, I've moved on. If new bad shit come up, I face it head on and I allow it to filter right back out of my life. I do. I don't even have to worry about it. I don't have to worry about any injustices or actions taken toward me or my persons because I know that I'm protected. Not only am I protected, I'm damn sure that I've been chosen for the role that I'm in because one, I'm here. Two, I survived. I survived. I didn't die. And believe me, there were plenty of times that I would have died or I should have been dead, but I didn't. My spirit would not allow me to leave this body until after, until after I am done. And look, I'm just getting started. I'm just getting started. I'm working on being more consistent with my videos and uploading them to YouTube. I joined the gym, and that has inspired me to not only get my fitness goals in order, but to also it's increasing my stamina, my endurance, my self-esteem, and I just feel this surge of energy and motivation every time I wake up and I'm able to not only look after my children, but look after myself. And by going to the gym, I'm making a commitment to myself. And I'm telling myself that I love you. I don't want to see you all crippled and hunched over as you get older, walking with bad knees. We want some good knees up off in here. I want to be able to move. You know what I'm saying? I never wanted, I never wanted to be the face of opioid ad saying beware, one of those public service announcements. I never wanted to be that face. However, I am that face. I am that fucking face of the public service announcement that's telling you right now that whatever drug you find yourself popping or taking or hooked to, anything can become a drug to you. Food can be a drug, Um, even exercising to the point can become a drug. There are so many drugs out here. Everything outside the body is essentially a drug. It is. And it's up to you how you're going to use it and how often you're going to use it. And it's only detrimental to your health if you continue to use it over and over and over and over again. Yes, opioids helped me for a time. I needed them. You ask anybody surviving a stomach surgery where they're not only cutting you open, but they're removing things as well. So, of course, pain medicine was definitely needed right then and there. But over the course of 20 years, that was unnecessary. It was unnecessary. And at the time, going through all of the pain management doctors that I went through, I never gave thought to the fact that this person was enabling me. They were enabling me from becoming my greatest version because they continue to prescribe those drugs. But I can't blame them because it was me who made the appointment, who drove myself there, even with my children. I will wait in the pain management office for 6, 7 hours at a time for a fucking prescription. It was ridiculous. There is so much time I have wasted, literally wasted, in the effort to control the pain that I was feeling inside. All along, what I needed to control was me, and the pain would have gone away. That's what this book is talking about. That's what she's talking about. In the anatomy of the spirit, I'm almost done with this book, y'all. I haven't even completed it yet, but you can see I've been taking notes, and when I go to the gym, I get on the bike and I find myself lost in her teachings. And her words are more than words. I feel the energy of her intent in this book, and to say that it has jumped out these pages and into me is an understatement. I know that opposing divine will and my intuition and the plan which was laid out before me the moment I was birthed into this earth, opposing my greatness and my purpose here on this earth, is the reason why I was in constant dis-ease. Now that I'm no longer in opposition to what the universe has planned out for me, what I got circling in my vortex, because I've been imagining and putting a lot of input out there in the ether. I have. So I know for a fact that the goals, dreams, and the desires I have are gravitating towards me. I just have to raise myself up so that I can meet them there. And as I'm raising myself up, believe me, along the way, the synchronicities are lining up to a point to where I can't do nothing but continue forward, because it's giving me the green light at every step. Yes, you're right. Yes, you're right. And then if I make a misstep, it's, oh no, you need to go back and go this way. You try to take a shortcut. That's not going to happen. You're going to actually have to walk this journey, because you can't just talk about it. You also have to walk it too. And so that's what I've been doing. And after giving up the opposition against myself, I found this so much easier to not only manifest, but to relieve myself of thoughts, feelings, and energy and emotion that no longer serve me. I've been eliminating triggers one by one by forgiving anyone who I might feel has caused me to not only feel shame, but sorrow, anger, fear. I had to let all of that go. All of that go in order for me to reach the place where I am right now. And that's that self assuredness that I'm on the right path. That self assuredness that after a little over 2 decades of opioid abuse. I no longer need or have the urge to pop a pill. That's beautiful. That's definitely worth celebrating. The fact that I did not allow myself to celebrate when that article came out, yeah, it saddened me. But you know what? I grew from that. I grew from that because I had to ask myself, why did it make me sad? Well, because what they said hurt my feelings. Well, who the fuck cares what they say? I know who I am. No man can be your judge. I know my honor, my self worth, my integrity, and my self esteem. So I had to actually go experience those emotions for a minute. And I allowed myself to experience it. And while I was experiencing the emotions of frustration, anger, and sadness, because it got to the point to where it felt like I was being bullied. So yes, that pushed me to a place where I was uncomfortable. And I felt that I needed to retreat. And I did. I retreated inward. But you know what? This time I didn't find no wounded little girl. The moment I started to feel as though I was wearing wounds again, my inner self told me, hey, you got to get up. You got to get up. This is not how we do things. Ask yourself, why does this bother you? Are the words that are being spoken against you true? No. Are the actions being taken against you justified? No. Are you happy with the people who you have been around in this environment? No. Those were all the answers that I needed. And just like that, I was able to come back to self and recognize that the universe was just telling me, hey, this is just not a place for you. I have something better prepared. Get your shit and leave. Just like I did when I took that leap of faith. I was in a relationship that did not work for me. And it just got to a point to where the relationship itself drained so much energy from me. I got sick and sicker and sicker. It didn't matter that I was already living in this ease, but the energy that I was sharing with my partner, it was killing me because all my energy was going out and no energy was coming in to replenish me. I was giving energy to everybody, but no one was sharing energy with me. No one. I had to find a way to break free and find a source of energy that will power me to do the things that I needed to do. And I did. The moment I took that leap of faith and I decided to leave a relationship that no longer served me, I was filled with the energy that allowed me to go from being in a body that was 110 pounds weak, malnourished, and could barely walk. I was sick, in pain, almost crippled to a point. But I got my ass up with the help and support of my family. I was able to leave that situation and I have not looked back since. And since then, there's been spiritual growth, mental growth, and definitely physical growth. And I am so proud of where I am today. And I'm proud of you too. I hope y'all proud of yourselves because you're still here. There's still time. So what you waiting for? I can't give this to you no clearer than I already have, but Carol and Miss can. In the anatomy of the spirit, I refer this to anybody looking to be in touch with their divine higher self, to understand self thought patterns, and as well as how our chakras work and how they correlate to our life and our internal organs as well as external um our external organs, because the people in our lives, they're like organs. My children, They're definitely part of my heart. And I appreciate being able to get closer to them by strengthening myself mentally, physically, and spiritually. So I hope that's what you guys are out there doing, looking for a way to not only tap into your higher nature, but also tap into that part of yourself that wants to go far, that wants to do better, that strives to show them how great you are. And at the end of the day, it don't matter about them. Show yourself how great you are. Muhammad Ali, all-time favorite, all-time favorite. I can't discredit this man. I love him. One of his favorite sayings of all that I have is, I'm going to show you how great I am. I think he said that to himself more than he was saying that to the naysayers. I'm going to show you how great I am. That is a statement I say to myself over and over and over again in the mirror. Because you know what? I am showing myself how great I am. Every morning I get up to pursue the purpose that this world has delivered me into. And I truly believe that purpose is to share my journey so that other people who are either walking that road or similar roads might find a path to break free from their own deep, dark well of despair. It's not easy. And just a little glimpse of light is all the inspiration you need to really get your gears rolling and be able to get up off your ass and do something instead of being pushed. That was the one thing I didn't want to do. I did not want to be pushed. I knew that I needed to better myself when I was in a state of depression and dis-ease. And I could feel time ticking, telling me that you got to hurry up. You need to raise your consciousness. You need to ascend past all this low ass energy, or you're going to be getting buried. And your children are going to be left here with somebody who is incapable of providing for you. So what you going to do? Are you going to lay here and die? Are you going to stand up, take charge of the choices that you done made, the actions that have already played out, and begin anew? Well, my answer was that I was going to begin anew, and that's exactly what I did. So I am here today telling you to begin anew. It's a brand new day. And if you fail, wake up and try again. Just keep going until you connect with that inner being of yourself that you resonate with and tell you, I got you. I got you. This is it. This is where we're supposed to be. This is the message we're supposed to receive, share, and deliver. We are all here on this planet to help raise the vibration, to help uplift one another. And my way of doing that is through my art and through these videos. So I hope that you have taken something from this. I hope you learned something. Something that can help you along your journey. And I pray blessings of light and love to all of you, that you can overcome whatever is holding you back. Let me rewind it. Overcome whatever is holding you back. Let me tell you this. Overcome yourself. That's it. That's all you got to do. Get over yourself and everything else will flow. Until next time, y'all. Peace. Oh, yeah. I guess at the end of the YouTube videos, everybody say, oh, check out my YouTube video, subscribe and click if you like below. I'm new to this journey, but I am a work in progress and I appreciate the support and encouragement. Until next time, y'all, one love.